this isn't working. Never kind of experienced this before. In other words, I am just going back to the beginning. Writing is just hard at the moment. NaNoWriMo events are no longer for me. I've been able to write songs again, and I shouldn't have pushed myself that hard. Good afternoon, everyone. So it is Monday the 9th of August and it's currently 5 to 1 in the afternoon, obviously. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. My name is Chloe and I am a writer and a musician here on YouTube. Yes, I am finally starting my August writing vlog on the 9th of August. So I feel like maybe I should just kind of clarify and explain why I'm starting this vlog so late. I feel like I should really talk about like Camp NaNoWriMo in July. Let's just say it was a bit of a shit show. It really didn't go as I thought it would. Like, it didn't go well, but it wasn't a complete fail, you know, because I was still able to achieve quite a lot from it. And in July, you know, I managed to do a lot. I think I did slightly just over what my goal was. The original plan for July was to work on I think it was the 5th draft of Scarlet Blood Skies, and then about halfway through I was just like, this isn't working. And I then picked up Story Genius and started reading this to kind of help me with Scarlet Blood Skies. And yes, I'm still like just trying to figure it out, because the thing with Scarlet Blood Skies is that it just doesn't feel very like character driven. I feel like my main character, Emily Reed, doesn't really drive the plot, and I feel like it's just a lot more external than internal, and it needs to be more like character driven and internal, and that's why I decided to pick this up during Camp Nano and start reading it. Have I finished reading it? No, because I've always been a very slow reader and I find it very, very hard like to read non-fiction. I think it's just because I'm not used to it. And so that was kind of like the first reason why I haven't done anything in a while, like in terms of writing. And then if you haven't watched any of my August videos, because this will be going up in September, if you haven't watched any of like my August videos or vlogs, then you won't know that I actually got COVID-19, and as I'm filming this, I am currently in self-isolation. And I'm not going to go into too much detail about it because I did a load of vlogs about it, which I will leave in the cards or linked down below if you're interested in watching them and kind of learning more. So that was another reason why writing has been put on hold. And then the other thing was that I just felt very burnt out from Scarlet Blood Skies, just because I don't know what it is. I'm kind of just at a point with it where it's been really hard just trying to figure it out. And so I did decide towards the end of July to kind of just stop working on Scarlet Blood Skies and just stop thinking about it, and I just kind of came up with this new idea and started working on that, and that's kind of what I've been working on ever since July has ended. I feel like I've not really done much at all. In fact, I think I've only done 2 writing sessions, and they were on the 3rd of August and then the 6th for about an hour, and that was on my festival FOMO idea, which you all know all about if you've watched my self-isolation vlogs already. So there have just been a lot of reasons why I've kind of just taken a step back from writing and everything like that, because obviously I'm ill and I've just really needed a break from it. I'm starting to get to the point where like I'm thinking about Scarlet Skies again and I want to get back into it, but obviously I'm not going to be pushing myself. So I think for just this month, I'm going to be doing whatever I want, really. I'm not really setting myself any, like, writing goals. The only goal I really have for myself is to finish reading this and, like, finish taking notes. And then what I want to do once I've finished reading this is I want to go through all of these, like, green parts in here and to just make myself, like, a Story Genius, like, cheat sheet. So whenever I work on a new project, I won't have to read through the entire book again. I can literally just write out all of the green points, and then when I work on a new project, I can literally just flick to the green like sticky thingies and see what it's all about. But then I can also just put like information in the Story Genius cheat sheet, and I think that will be really helpful for me for like future projects once I've finished reading the entire thing. And I think that's just going to be the plan for this vlog, just focusing on finishing reading this, and I'll probably be working on like festival FOMO as I do so, and just making notes for Scarlet Blood Skies as well, and how I'm going to change that. Basically, I am going to be doing a complete overhaul of Scarlet Blood Skies because it needs it. It's a project that's very close to my heart, and I would love for it to be my debut novel, but I would really like to be able to publish Scarlet Blood Skies in the next couple years and just start building up my, what is it called, a backlog? I don't really know. Start building up my log. I don't actually know what it's called. What's it called when you like, you write a load of books? I don't know. That is kind of what I'm working towards in the future, just having like a load of books under my belt. And this is going to really help because this is just going to be the main task of this month, writing wise. And I'll just kind of be sharing my experience with like my two projects, because when you think about it, Scarlet Blood Skies is like my main project, and then Festival FOMO, which is just a working title by the way, will be like my fun side project for when I just want a break from Scarlet Blood Skies, because I realised just how important it is to take regular breaks, and that's just going to be the main thing this month as well. And obviously listening to my body, because well, as I'm vlogging right now, I do still have like COVID symptoms, but that's for a whole completely separate video which would have already gone up actually. And I'm just really excited to dive in to this month writing wise and just focus on reading this. Good morning everyone. So it is now Friday the 20th of August. Wow, it's currently 22:11 for me. Yeah, this is supposed to be like a writing vlog, but I'm gonna be completely honest, I haven't been doing any writing recently, and I just haven't really been doing any book work or writing at all recently. I've been a lot more focused on other things, like just getting myself back into a routine and focusing on my YouTube work, because I'm enjoying that, and so writing just has not happened. I've just taken a break from it. I feel like I kind of needed it after July and everything that happened, because I did win Camp NaNoWriMo. Even though I physically won, it didn't feel like I did mentally, and I just feel like I really burnt myself out from doing Camp NaNoWriMo, and that's gonna kind of tie in with like what my future is gonna look like, because in all honesty, I love the idea of like NaNoWriMo and all of the NaNoWriMo events, but personally I cannot write every single day. It's just not possible. And that is the reason why I don't think I'm going to be participating in November's event, like the actual main event, because it's just not going to work with me. It's just not going to work for me. It's not going to work with my schedule or anything like that. And I'm not used to writing every single day, and you don't have to write every single day to be like successful. You just have to be consistent, you know. And I've talked about this before. I think I talked about it in my self-isolation vlogs, which I'll leave linked up in the cards or down in the description. And yes, I'm sorry I look so rough. I am literally in pajamas. Yes, I'm taking a break from writing, and it really hasn't been. I guess what I'm trying to say is that this break, unlike others that I've taken in the past from writing, like this time around, is just a lot more guilt-free, and I don't feel as guilty for not writing at the moment, because obviously, you know, I burnt myself out from Camp NaNoWriMo, and then I got some pretty hard-hitting news, didn't I, with the self-isolation and then getting COVID myself. That was like one of the biggest reasons why I just think I needed a break from writing. And well, the other thing is that during self-isolation and having COVID myself, I really didn't give myself the rest I needed, and so now I feel like that's, you know, or recently, that's what I've been doing. I'm just taking a break from writing. For some reason I just don't feel burnt out with like YouTube stuff because I'm enjoying it and there's not too much pressure with that. I think I've taken, like, at this point, a couple weeks off of writing, and I've been kind of anxious about getting back into it. Well, because you should see the sessions that I've done this month in terms of writing, and it really hasn't been writing, because the other thing that I've been struggling with this month, I wouldn't say it's like imposter syndrome, like I've been just really struggling to figure out my book, like Scarlet Blood Skies, and figure out my character. I've been struggling a lot with that, trying to make it more active as opposed to passive, because I've kind of figured out that the reason why Scarlet Blood Skies wasn't working out was because my main character Emily doesn't drive the plot when she should be. So that's, and I just feel like, you know, she's just watching everything happen in front of her. So that's kind of what I mean with it being more passive as opposed to being active, like as in like she's actively making changes in her life, because she's not actively making those changes. She's just very passive, and it just doesn't really feel like her story. As opposed to her brother Landon, I feel like his story, his subplot is way more active than like her story, and so that's what I'm trying to work on changing. It's just very difficult. That's why I've been reading through Story Genius. Well, I say reading through, I'm really kind of struggling with it. It's very like difficult to kind of figure things out from it, but I feel like I do kind of get somewhere with it, and then I kind of just freeze up because like I don't know the answer. I honestly don't know what it is. I feel like at this point I've been doing so much on my own, and obviously I've sent this book to beta readers and I've gotten feedback from them. They all actually said that it just feels like a fly on the wall. Like, I'm not entirely sure how the saying goes. It just doesn't feel like the plot moves as much as it should do in a book, and I agree with that. And it's really hard trying to figure everything out, and I think that's probably one of the reasons why I kind of stopped writing, was just because I've been really struggling to figure it all out. You know, I can't avoid it forever, and I don't want to. I've never kind of experienced this before, and like all of my writing life, I've never like experienced such difficulty. Maybe it's a good thing I'm going through this, because it's like, you know, you can't have a rainbow without the storm, and you can't have the rainbow without the rain, and everything like that. So I'm not going to be in this situation forever, but I have to actively make that decision to work on the book and keep reading Story Genius to figure it out, because if I don't do that, then I'm not going to get anywhere. I have to try and like push through this difficulty, as much as I hate it, because that is the only way forward. It's like this massive writer's block, and I just need to work through it, because that's the only thing that is going to help me. I now really just need to get back to cleaning, because today is a cleaning day for me, and hopefully this time next week I will kind of just have more of an idea of like what I'm doing in terms of Scarlet Blood Skies. I would kind of like to read through Scarlet Blood Skies and the point that it's gotten to tomorrow, just like the entirety of the thing, but we will see about that. And then I would also like to pick up Story Genius again tomorrow and just kind of try and work through what I can. At this point, like in my head, I'm like, I'm still not ready to get into this, and I don't want to be jumping into things too much, so I'm I may not do that tomorrow. I may wait until next week when I'm feeling a bit more ready. Right now, I'm trying not to overwhelm myself too much. I'm actually filming another like a vlog style video of myself getting back into a routine where I'm just not trying to overwhelm myself too much, and I'm not putting too much pressure on myself to get things done. I'm just taking things slowly and just doing things when I can. I feel like I've just rambled on for like the past 10 minutes, but I do feel really good about it. I don't feel entirely ready to get back into Scarlet Blood Skies yet, but I know I can't just wait for ages, because I may never get that moment where I'm just like, you know what, I feel ready now, because I may never get that, so I can't just wait around for that feeling to come, you know. And it's just like inspiration, you can't wait for inspiration to write, or motivation rather, like you just have to do it. With everything else, it's just going to be a case of taking it easy and doing what I can when I can, just not putting so much pressure on myself. Obviously, I'm excited to get back into everything and get back into writing, but it's all about time and patience and just listening to my body, and just, I think the word is actually, you know, being more intuitive and listening to like my intuition. Good afternoon, everyone. So it is now Saturday the 21st of August, and it is 10 to 4 in the afternoon. I think I'm ready to get back into Scarlet Blood Skies. It's been a while. I haven't worked on Scarlet Blood Skies, I don't think, for about a month now. I believe the last time I worked on it was actually in July. Let me refer to my writing session tracker. I love my writing session tracker because, yeah, it's just so easy. But it feels like I haven't worked on the Scarlet Blood Skies in about a month. But the last time I worked on it was on the 13th. So what did I don't remember what I did. I put down here Story Genius notes, but what exactly did I do? I think I'm ready to get back into it. I think being the keywords here, because I'm just very anxious and nervous to get back into it. I think anyone would have that feeling when they haven't done something for a while. And I do actually have my Scrivener document open, which I'm going to kind of use. What I'd like to do is I would like to compile my Scrivener stuff, so my last draft that I did, into a Word document, and then I can kind of just read through it as and when I need to, and to kind of just help me work on notes for Story Genius. Because the thing that I've noticed with this book is that it's got a lot to it. Obviously, it's got a lot of details all like fleshed out and everything, but what I feel like I'm missing are the bones, the structure of the actual story. I feel like that's what I'm missing, and I feel like I'm just missing a lot of meaning, and I feel like it doesn't really go that deep. So that's something that I need to work on. That is what Story Genius is going to help me with. And yes, I've actually had a couple ideas like floating around in my head for the last couple of days that I need to get out, even though I think I may have already written them out. Yeah, I'm really excited to get back into it, really figure out the bones of Scarlet Blood Skies. In other words, I am just going back to the beginning. It almost just feels like building a house. I feel like this book just doesn't have a great foundation, and I need to go back to the beginning and work on that foundation because it's very brittle and it needs to be like strengthened. And I also just feel like there's nothing really there. But yeah, I do think that because of this revelation that I've had recently, It's basically going to mean I'm most likely going to end up completely rewriting this book. But I don't think that's a bad thing, because I've come a long way with this idea and I've still got a long way to go. But like I said, I'm excited about this. I'm excited about the journey, and I think I'm just gonna jump straight into it.
Saxophone, we'll order in a bunch of food. I'll put your favorite music on all the way baritone. Yeah. Shut the lights, go infrared. We can spend all day in bed. I get the wine and the corkscrew. You don't have to do one single thing. You don't know how much I want you. Just looking at you makes my whole world spin. You don't have to wake up yet. We can spend all day in bed. I'll put the TV in the room. We'll have a Netflix marathon. Kenny G saxophone. We'll order in a bunch of food. I'll put your favorite music on all the way baritone. Shut the lights, go infrared. We can spend all day in bed. Saxophone, we'll order in a bunch of food. I'll put your favorite music on all the way baritone. Shut the lights, go infrared. We can spend all day in bed.
Aren't you tired of the drama? You use your words like they are knives. I don't need that type of drama and trying to be tough all the dang time. You try to make yourself feel better by taking me down. Once I fell, but now I'm strong, I'm ready for the rematch. Shoot me down, don't you know I get up? Yeah, baby, I will fight. No, there ain't nothing stopping me. I'm bulletproof, I won't fall. I'm bulletproof, go on and shoot me down. I will always get up again. You're looking at me so cold. Get over yourself, are you for real? Why are you looking at me so cold? One's love is now we're enemies. You try to make yourself feel better by taking me down. Once I fell, but now I'm strong, I'm ready for the rematch. Shoot me down, don't you know I get up? Yeah, baby, I will fight. No, there ain't nothing stopping me. I'm bulletproof, I won't fall. I'm bulletproof, go on and shoot me down. I will always get up again.
It's now a bit later. It's actually, oh shit, I thought it was like 7:30. No, it's 7:45 and I have now been on my walk. I feel just so much better after it. Just feeling a bit more energized, but not so much because the grogginess is coming back in. I think I'm now at a point with Scarlet Blood Skies where things are sort of clicking together. The only thing is, as I'm doing it, I'm noticing just how much it's like resonating with me personally as I'm going through Story Genius and making notes on Emily. No, she is not me. Obviously not. I feel like we have a lot in common, like me and my character, which to be honest you should expect anyway, but I feel like people are going to get the impression that I'm like self-inserting myself when I'm not. Like, Emily is a completely different person to me, you know, but as I'm doing it, I'm realizing so much more about her, like, and how much she is like me, like how much I have in common with my character. I feel like that's a good thing because that way I can really like get into her head, because obviously the book is going to be in first person because most of what I've written is in first person present tense, so it's staying that way. Before I go to bed tonight, ideally I would like to do maybe like another 15-20 minutes on Scarlet Blood Skies, but I'm really not going to push myself. I just want to get a couple of other bits done and then I'm going to call it for the day. And ideally I would like to read a chapter of Story Genius, but I don't think I'm going to get that done today. I think I'm going to end up doing that tomorrow, which will probably be better because then I'll have like the right sort of energy for reading it, because obviously it's non-fiction. If I try to do anything tonight, I just won't be able to focus on what's on the page. Now thinking about it, I don't know if I'm going to get much done tonight or not. If anything, it's just going to be a case of tidying up this mess, which you can't really see. Good evening everyone. So it is now Monday the 23rd of August, and yes, you can probably tell from the lighting it is quite late. It is actually 9:15 at night. Yep, it's been a long and weird day, but strangely enough I'm not that tired, and so I'm not calling my boyfriend until 11, so I have like 2 hours pretty much, just under 2 hours to get shit done. And I honestly just want to get on with it because I'm just really trying to get back into like a writing routine. I feel like I've just really lacked a writing routine this month, and I just really need to get back into it. Like, I want to finish reading Story Genius. That is not going to happen by the end of this month. I can say that, I can tell you that now. As I'm reading through it, I'm also doing the tasks that it's like setting me. So I think I'm literally just going to jump straight into it. And one thing that I think is actually going to surprise people, I'm going to light a candle. Haven't done that in a long time. Oh, and I just suddenly got the urge for a hot chocolate. I don't think it's that cold yet. I decided to just get a hot chocolate. Milk a hot chocolate.
It's getting late, but I'm only getting started. And now they're playing my song. You look at me and think, damn, she's broken hearted. But you could not be more wrong. I love going out to where the music's too loud and where the people surround me. Yeah, here's my best advice. Just let me stay in this vibe and
that you're not my baby, but I think maybe you'll reconsider. When I pull up in that brand new thing with the iced out chain and the new chinchilla. And you ain't for the heart when you walked on the floor, you a real gal Batman killer. But you ain't never did with the boys in the band, with the bands and the bops like Dilla. Love it when you hill up, will up, bring it back, come rewind. Touch to have your ex-man back on your line. But I'm a real player, never act like you're mine. Leave you disappointed, you gon' act like you're fine. And I see it all the time, so it's best I let my one dance go to the next man. Cause I ain't even gotta be your man, bet I can still leave here as the best man, yes ma'am.
Yeah, you can talk to me, boy, and you can move it up close, but that's as far as it goes. I'm not your baby, I might be up for a dance, I might be holding your hand, but that is all I can stand. I'm not your baby, no, you're not gonna get what you came here for. I'm leaving as soon as you ask for more. Yeah, you can talk to me, boy, and you can move it up close, but that's as far as it goes. I'm not your baby. Someone to rely on, someone to rely on, someone to rely on, someone to rely on. I won't get enough sleep. I won't get enough sleep till you're with me. I know I hurt you, baby. Can't stand the thought of letting you down, it drives me crazy. I used to hide myself away in the night, looking for trouble and fights, looking for answers at the bottom of my glass. You found me lost in the night, looking for trouble and fights, but you found me. No, I'm a screw up, but baby, I'm glad you're someone to rely on, someone to rely on. No, I'm a screw up, but baby, I could be someone to rely on, someone to rely on. Your friends, they say you're in too deep. You shouldn't be with someone like me. Sometimes I think they're right, honey. Sorry for the tears in your eyes. Hey, love, forgive me just one more try. Used to hide myself away in the night, looking for trouble and fights, looking for answers at the bottom of my glass. You found me lost in the night, looking for trouble and fights, but you found me. No, I'm a screw up, but baby, I'm glad you're someone to rely on, someone to rely on. No, I'm a screw up, but baby, I could be someone to rely on, someone to rely on. 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 Hey baby, I'm calling. Hey baby, just please pick up the phone. Hey baby, I'm calling. I'm drunk, can you please pick up? No, I'm a screw up, but baby, I'm glad you're someone to rely on, someone to rely on, someone to rely on. No, I'm a screw up, but baby, I could be someone to rely on, someone to rely on. No, I'm a screw up, but baby, I'm glad you're someone to rely on, someone to rely on. No, I'm a screw up, but baby, I could be someone to rely on, someone to rely on. 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 Someone to rely on, someone to rely on.
Good afternoon, everyone. So it is now Tuesday. Is it Tuesday? Yes, Tuesday. Tuesday, the 24th of August. Yes, it's literally the next day, and it's currently about 20 to 4 right now. My phone does need to go on charge because I would like to go on my walk in about an hour, which means that I won't have much time to get some writing done. More like brainstorming, because I feel like that's kind of like the right word for what I'm doing right now. And it's also really weird for me because I am the type of person that wouldn't usually write for like 2 consecutive days. Yeah, I'm about to write again today after having read Story Genius last night, which I count as work because I'm reading that to help me with my book. And it is, in order for it to like help me with my book / story, I have to actually like do the things that, you know, it tells me to do. And so that is literally what I'm going to do today. This is so strange for me because, like I said, I never write for 2 consecutive days, and I can't really say that I did that during Camp NaNoWriMo because I don't think I did. So I'm just going to jump straight into writing. I'm probably just going to set a timer for like 45 minutes and get straight into it. This is the face of someone that you know has been exercising or outside. I've just gone back from my walk. I did a longer one this time in the same amount of time that I'd usually be out, which is why I am now exhausted. I tried to like write earlier. I tried to brainstorm for Scarlet Blood Skies, like notes from Story Genius, and it was just difficult. That walk was difficult. Writing is just hard at the moment, but like I really don't want to complain about it too much. But even though writing is hard, I know that this is the best thing for my book, and there are going to be a lot of blood, sweat and tears for this book to get it to the place where it needs to be. I don't really know what I'm saying, but you know, writing's hard at the moment, and that's okay because there will be a rainbow at some point. But right now, I'm still going through the storm, and that's okay. From that walk, I've learned that the harder, the better, because it feels more rewarding. Good afternoon, everyone. It is now Thursday, the 2nd of September, and it's currently about 10 past 1 in the afternoon, obviously. And yes, you heard me right. So it's no longer August, and this was supposed to be an August writing vlog, but actually it's slowly become a vlog. I feel like there wasn't much, like, because it's no longer August, I can no longer say that, you know, this was an August writing vlog, and then I also haven't done that much writing, and so writing just kind of feels redundant, and it's not like I've even been writing. How would you even describe it? I'm on a journey with my book at the moment, and I'm at a point where it's just incredibly difficult, and so I feel like for the month of August I just took a massive break because I feel like I completely burned myself out in July in terms of book work and writing and everything like that, and I was trying to do something every day, and I talked about this in my Camp NaNoWriMo vlogs. I think it might have been my week 3 or 4 vlog where I talked a lot about consistency and like being consistent with writing, and it's kind of made me realise that NaNoWriMo events are no longer for me, which is a whole completely different topic. But basically, I feel like, long story short, I burned myself out so much in July, and then I got COVID. The August was basically just a month of doing nothing, and I did very little. And it wasn't just because I had burned myself out in July. I think there were a lot of factors that went into that, you know, being ill, not really being in a routine, which I've slowly gotten back into now. I have done 2 other vlogs, but on like my whole routine, but I think only 1 is up now, so I'll make sure to leave that linked up in the cards or down in the description if you would like to check that out. Then the other thing that I think I've just been struggling a lot with is my book in general. I kind of made like this revolutionary realization about the whole book and the whole plot, and it's very passive. This is something I've talked about before, I know I have, but I don't really feel like I'm repeating myself because I don't think I've talked about it that much. But the story I've been trying to tell has been very passive compared to another character in Scarlet Blood Skies, so Landon. Comparing Emily's story and his story, Emily is my main character in Scarlet Blood Skies, if you didn't know. Comparing the two, Landon's story is a lot more like active than Emily's is, and I feel like Landon's is very character driven compared to Emily's, and I feel like just everything happens to her without her really having like an impact on it, and Landon's story is more dynamic and Emily's is very static, and there are loads of different ways that I can describe it. But basically what I've been trying to do for like the past 2 months now, since July, like mid-July, I've been trying to read through this. Have I finished it yet? No. Do I really need to crack on and finish it? Yes, I do. Because I do truly believe that this will really help me to work through my problems with Scarlet Blood Skies, and it's just incredibly frustrating for me because I feel like I'm doing something wrong when I know I'm probably not, and I feel like it kind of goes deeper than just this book and trying to figure out my book, because I feel like it does go deeper than Scarlet Blood Skies and the whole like plot and everything like that. I feel like I'm not like enunciating my words very well. I think the main problem with it is that it's a lot to figure out, and it's going to be like a complete overhaul, and I feel like the reason why I'm like struggling so much with it is because I'm trying to complete the tasks that's set in this book to try and fit them around what already happens in Scarlet Blood Skies. That's why you read Story Genius before you write a story, before you even start to plan a story, because I wouldn't say that I wasted 2 years writing Scarlet Blood Skies. It's literally been 2 years since I came up with the idea, but I don't think it's been a waste of time, because since then I figured out a lot about Scarlet Blood Skies. I will need to do a complete overhaul with what I've learnt from this and what I have yet to learn from it. I do need to finish reading this before I do anything else with Scarlet Blood Skies but complete the tasks. And I feel like I just need to forget about everything that happens in Scarlet Blood Skies, because I think that's what's holding me back. It's either that or the fear of doing something wrong time and time again. I'm a very like right or wrong person. I'm a very black and white person, and it's hard for me to like see those grey tones in the middle. I'm a very all or nothing person, and I feel like that's also part of the problem. I think the problem is it's just very hard to do this on my own. Like, I feel like I need extra support. I just find it very hard to read things like this in general, just because it literally says how to use brain science to go beyond outlining and writing a riveting novel, when, to be completely honest, I don't even know my own brain science. But then you'd think that it would be the absolute same for everybody else. No one's brain is the same. This is basically just my way of trying to say that I have been avoiding writing because of how difficult it's been, and I can't seem to figure it out. And the month of August basically, well, it flew by for me. I really didn't get a lot done in August, and that's okay, because I actually got back into writing songs. Like, the past couple of weeks that I've taken off of like book work, I've been able to write songs again. That's an amazing feeling to me. So it's not like I haven't been writing at all, because I have been. Like, I'm always writing. I love writing. It's just novels take a lot of time to write, as we all know, and there are parts of the process that are difficult and hard to overcome, but it's moments like these that kind of push you forward, and I know I will eventually get over this hurdle and this obstacle. But I feel like August, wow, it's not just been August, but ever since the pandemic started last March, it's been a weird time. But I think August in particular, because I was in self-isolation for like the first half of August. I tried to get some like writing done, like book work done, and it just wasn't happening, and I do think I needed a break from it, and I don't think I'm entirely ready to get back into it and into the swing of that. But I know when the time is right, I will get back into it, you know, and it's not the only thing in my life. It's not the only thing that I want to be able to do, like, for the rest of my life. I don't want to just be publishing books. I want to be doing a load of different things, and that does mean that I have other priorities than like writing, and most of my priorities are bigger than writing, and writing is just one of those things for me that, yes, I love it, but sometimes I do need a break, and it's okay that, you know, I only like to do it like 2 to 3 times a week, because that works for me. And I've talked about consistency before. I'm probably going to do like a whole video about it, and like consistency and NaNoWriMo. It is important to take a break, take a vacation, have a holiday away from writing, and do other things. August has probably been one of the strangest months for me, and I think it's just kind of natural, like, that I needed that break, because I finished college at the end of June. I then went straight into July participating in Camp NaNoWriMo, and I pretty much pushed myself every single day to get something done, and that wasn't good for me. And then I continued to kind of do that into August, and it wasn't good for me. And I don't think I really realised that until after I had gotten COVID, and I shouldn't have pushed myself that hard. I needed to rest, and because I didn't take that rest when I needed it, I burnt myself out, and I ended up needing a whole month to recuperate, and it's probably going to be longer before I actually get back into writing, which is why I've decided there's not going to be a September writing vlog. Because I honestly don't think that this month I'm gonna get a ton of writing done, so there's not gonna be that much to share. And then I am also planning a hiatus in November as well, which I will talk about in a different video. But that was a long-winded way of saying that basically I just needed a long break from writing to like focus on other things, and that's what I've been doing, just doing other things, and I'm actually feeling okay about it. I don't feel guilty because I've got other things to do, and writing is not the be-all end-all for me, and I'm still trying to figure my life out. That's a whole other thing to talk about, but like I said, with pretty much everything else, that'll be something I talk about in a different video. But I'm sorry for rambling on for a very long time, but I'm gonna leave this vlog here, and I'm really sorry it's such a chaotic mess, and I'm really sorry. I shouldn't really apologise for this vlog being an absolute mess. So thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, make sure to give it a big thumbs up. Also make sure to subscribe down below and ding the bell to be notified for every single time I upload. All of my social media links will also be down in the description for you to check out. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye. Hi, my name is Chloe. I make amazing content. Couldn't tell that was some form of humour. I don't do humour. Actually, you know what? I don't like this angle.